Hello and welcome to Club Passim. Thank you for being here and being here for our Kaiti Jones album release show. We're so excited. I want to say a few things about Passim before we get the show going here. Passim is a nonprofit organization here in Harvard Square. We are literally here in Harvard Square, literally at Club Passim right now. We have been running as a nonprofit for the past 26 years, but the venue has been around for over 60 years here in Harvard Square, starting out as the Club 47 back in 1958. These days, as a nonprofit, we are not just a music venue. We also put on outreach programs. We have a school of music where you can get information at passim.org/classes. We have a Celtic festival called BCM Fest that we ran in January. We hopefully will get a hair salon soon because my hair is looking ridiculous. I'm realizing right here on the stream. I had a hat on before, and it's winter again. Who knows? What else do we have? We give grants to artists through our Iguana Music Fund, where we give out $40,000 in grants to New England-based artists every single year. And this past year, we have started something called the Passim Emergency Artist Relief Fund, or the PAIR Fund. Through that fund, we have raised and distributed over $155,000 to artists in need. Now, you can make a donation to the PAIR Fund at passim.org/PAIR Fund. But what I really want you to do tonight is make a donation to this show at passim.org/stream. We and Katie are going to be splitting the proceeds for this evening, but also I want to make sure you purchase Katie's record. Normally, you'd be able to go right back here in the lobby, right here behind me, and pick up the record in person. But you can't do that right now. So go to kaitiejones.bandcamp.com and buy the record online. And it's especially important today because Bandcamp has been doing these fee-free Fridays, and that's hard to say, but I did it. You can buy the record, and 100% of the money that goes through that site goes to Katie this time. Bandcamp are waiving their fees. Go and buy the record today. The first Friday of the month is the day that it happens, so that means you can't wait. You need to do it today. Kaiti Jones has a brand new record called Tossed, and we are absolutely thrilled to be presenting her with a full band here tonight. Please, well, actually, no. See, I teased them. They were going to start playing, but I'm not ready for that. I want to tell you, thank you for tuning in. Make a donation, but also share this link because that's how the word spreads. Make sure you share it on all of your own social platforms so that the word gets out. That's what we want. We want as many eyes and ears as possible. And we've got a lot tuned in right now, and it's great to see you all. Thank you for being here. And please welcome Kaiti Jones.
So I don't wanna kiss you with the light on, Cause in the dark, the blackest parts of my heart feel at home. Cause in the dark, the blackest parts of my heart feel at home. It's been a long, long time since 22, and about the same time that I stopped loving. Never wrap my head around the things inside me. That just wrap my arms around you and you name me as an art form. Clean the eyes and muse, and I just laughed and gave away my said, hey there, darling, I just turned away. As if I didn't notice all the perfect things you said. As you were shining lights and I was always pulling shades. 'Cause some things, they don't look the same in the light of day. And wherever life may find you, whoever loves you right, well, I hope she radiates the room with light. But please remember me, your painting, immortalized and true. Keep my silhouette a fixture of the night. So I don't wanna kiss you with the light on, with the light on. 'Cause in the dark, the blackest parts of my heart feel at home. 'Cause in the dark, the blackest parts of my heart feel at home. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my album release show for my new record called Tossed. This is my second time doing a release show here at Passim, and I will tell you, it is very different. I'm like going back and forth between making eye contact with like two robots, which are cameras, not like at Matt and Abby. They're really lovely. But thank you so much for tuning in. And we're gonna play some more songs off the record for you. I'm gonna tune. Maybe try to talk to you while I tune. Happy Friday. Happy, no, I'm not gonna say happy 1 year of the pandemic. That does not seem like a good anniversary. But it's March, which means it's almost spring, and that is a thing to be thankful for. My goodness. These are just some of the antics that we planned for you tonight. All right. Here it is. Thanks for bearing with us. We have a song for you, and it's going to be so loud that you're going to forget all that ever happened. I went in a log watch on my wrist. It hasn't that you love me, babe. I couldn't speak, and I must admit I ain't getting around to it. I got a little kid under my skin. I came a knocking, but she won't let me in. And she's got her fists around my heart, and she could pull them apart, but I doubt she gets around to it. Oh, getting around to it. When I told you I was lonely, you looked me in the eye and said that you would leave me alone. When you told me that you loved me, babe, I couldn't speak, and I must admit I ain't getting around. Show me a single time where my lips close when the sun goes down. Paint me a different face. Won't she give me someone else's dream to chase? Show me a single time where my lips close when the sun goes down. Paint me a different face, and I'll be getting around, getting out of this place. When I told you I was lonely, you looked me in the eye and said that you would leave me alone. When you told me that you loved me, babe, I couldn't speak, and I must admit I ain't getting around to it. I ain't getting around to it. Woo. Thank you. That was a song. First of all, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is Kaiti Jones, and this is my album release show. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Actually, I would love to know where you're tuning in from, so you should write it in the chat, and then the people who are tuned in to the devices can tell me, and that will make me happy, because then I can picture all of you.
Robots. The robots.
The robots will tell me. That was a song called Getting Around to It. You may have heard it. It was one of the singles that we put out a couple months ago, and it was my first ever music video, which was very exciting to make. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. It involves me compromising my favorite pair of boots to jump in a pool for the sake of art. Actually, I think I ruined my jean jacket too. It was never, yeah, it shrank. But anyways, it was really fun to make, and I made it with one of my best friends, Paula Champagne, who is an extremely talented videographer, graphic designer, illustrator, amazing person, and she did all the photos and all of the design for the album too, so you should check her out, paulachampagne.com, or online at MakerChamp. Oh, cool. I'm being told that there are a lot of you. The robots told me. Nice. Whoa. Tennessee, South Carolina, New Hampshire. Thank you. South Korea? Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. That means so much. Yeah, New Hampshire's cool too. We love you, New Hampshire.
We love you, New Hampshire.
Sorry, I have this wonderful guitar of mine that I love. Just really doesn't like the winter time, and so I've really grown okay with just like tuning, but I realize that not everyone has been on this journey with me, so you might be wondering.
We can keep talking about
on.
Westmoreland, New Hampshire.
Yeah, Ben, what do you want to talk about New Hampshire?
It's where Route 63 goes past Route 12. So true.
That's a great story.
Tell me more.
Of the audience. So it would, that's not true. In this particular room. It would just be weird to like not acknowledge the humans in the space because I'm so excited that they're here. So I'm gonna introduce the band right now. So I have Emily Baker here on fiddle and singing, and Emily is one of my oldest pals, and we've been singing together now for like almost a decade. Yes. So very happy to have her here. We got Ben Cosgrove back here on the keys. Definitely check him out. He just had a couple of singles come out, and they're so gorgeous. We have Chris Sartori over here. He is in an amazing band called Twisted Pine. You should check them out. We've got Kevin O'Connell over here from the band Coral Moons. And we have Daniel Radin, who is in the band Future Teens, as well as his own project called Lake St. Daniel. And Daniel was co-produced and mixed and recorded and just played on the record, and basically was my number one partner in making this happen. So wherever you are, give this wonderful group of people a big round of applause. And we're going to play some more songs for you. For you today, I've been wrestling with the world in a bad, bad way, and I don't know if I can get back down to where you are. Honey, yours is a face that I've not seen, but I've been stubborn and afraid of all the messes I made along the way. I've been thinking I might like to be your lady. Think I might like you to be my man. 'Cause there are things I've held all to myself, and I was wondering, would you hold them if you can? Don't you ever think I'm tired of you? I'm just tired of everything. I had never lost my fire for you. I set fire to everything. But I've been thinking I might like to be lately. Think I might like you to be my man. 'Cause there are things I've held all to myself, and I was wondering, would you hold them if you can? Ooh. Thank you. That was a song called I Was Wondering. And so this album is it's a collection of 9 songs, and some of them so the second song we played, Getting Around to It, this is the first time I've ever played it live with a band. So some songs are pretty recent, and some songs I've been playing live now for a few years. Some songs are, drawn from really personal experiences that feel like really core to who I am, and sometimes I think it's fun to kind of, have something that doesn't necessarily mean as much to me, or like an experience that is as heavy, and then kind of like derive a narrative from that, or build a narrative around that. So this next song, it sounds like this like terribly sad love song, but it's kind of, I call it like my Jolene song, in that I remember, hearing about that Jolene sounds like this horrible situation, and then she wrote it about, was it like a bank teller, Dolly Parton, and saw like her husband talking to a bank teller, and she just imagined this whole story, and wrote Jolene about that. So this is my Jolene song. It's really just about seeing someone and like having like a fleeting crush on a stranger, and then imagining that they have a partner, and then being like, I don't ever want to meet that person, because I'd rather imagine them as like a terrible person, and they're probably really nice. So this is called Desert Rose. I saw you first. You didn't notice me. I didn't mind. I was just wondering. Out in the field, away from my misery. There you enlisted me into your mystery. She is the sunrise. Oh, isn't that what you said? I played it over and over and over as I lay in bed. But I am a stone washed on the shore. just one in a million, and nothing more. So honey, I don't wanna know her, don't wanna lock eyes with me. You don't want her to see what's inside of me when I look at you. Honey, board up all the windows, paint this house black like the log in my eye. Ain't hoping for much, and damned if I'll try. So I don't want to know her. Was it a daydream of the way that she laughed? How your eyes flickered with light before they turned to ash, like a desert rose or fleeting mirage. I'm chasing a memory of a town that never was. So when you're holding her closely, be good to my heart. If I can't have the whole, don't offer me part. Don't ask me to stay inside of your smile. Just roll down the windows and don't speak for a little while. 'Cause honey, I don't wanna know her, don't wanna lock eyes with you, don't want her to see what's inside of me when I look at you. Honey, board up all the windows, paint this house black like the log in my eye. Ain't hoping for much, and damned if I'll try. So I don't want to know So sing to me softly any tune that you know, and I'll pretend the melody is mine and mine alone. But I can't find the key, and the chords come out wrong, and you fade into into memory like a childhood song.
Thank you. I kind of made myself laugh internally at the end of that song because the line is, I can't find the key and the chords come out wrong, and my guitar was very out of tune by the very end of the song. That was not planned. Daniel, do you want to tell one of your famed jokes? He's been working on these.
I mean, I didn't make up any of them, so I can't take credit, but I have an inappropriate joke, and there's too many people for an inappropriate joke.
The one that I would...
The church appropriate one?
Well...
We were in a, I mean, I guess I told both.
We were just practicing in a church.
Let's see if I can get it right. Okay. So a guy goes to a funeral and goes up to the widow and says, can I offer you a word of solace? And she says, of course. And he says, plethora. And she says, thank you. That means a lot.
It's really good.
It's good.
I assume everyone's laughing a lot at home.
We hope.
When we were rehearsing earlier, I was like wide awake last night because it's exciting to work on something for a long time, have it come out. It's also a little bit nerve-wracking. So I was trying to go to sleep. I was trying to calm my mind. And that's that joke.
Works every time.
It did not calm me, but it did. I was just like, I'm never going to forget it. But it is a good joke. Jeez Louise. There was
good.
some laughter.
Digital laughing.
The robots.
Any
told us.
LMAOs?
You said that so clinically.
Okay. I don't even know how you represent that.
Someone wrote chuckle.
We're seeing signs of life.
That's
Losing it
there's
out
always
there.
next time.
All right. Well, we are gonna just envision that we just ended that song, and we're gonna go right into this one, and that my guitar isn't being finicky. But really, just listen to this song because we're gonna play it for you now. It's called Weekdays.
Wasn't the day when it all goes bad? Does it draw me in or make me turn my back? Does it whisper all that I forgot to ask? Oh, what is in a day? And I'll sing hallelujah, I'm alive on a Tuesday. But I'm tired and I'm grieving, but I'm fine and I'm breathing, and my breath is yesterday of the truth I'm pursuing, and I love how it shapes me, and I'll go where hearts no good. And they from every test they said they would. And they found that you just misunderstood. Oh, what if your heart's no good? And I'll say, hallelujah, I'm in love on a Sunday. And I'm trying to be holy, but I get so damn distracted. And my love is a student of mistakes I've been choosing. And I'll stir when it wakes me, and I'll go where it takes me. It's hard to be human with this heart. I've been given all this beauty. I've tasted all these moments I have wasted. Thank you. I'm gonna switch over to an acoustic for a moment. Ben, would you play us a little thing while I tune?
How long are we talking?
Ben Cosgrove, everyone. Wow.
I can feel it at a moment's notice.
This is the great part about having a band. Whenever I have to do something weird or awkward, you can just be brilliant and do your thing. So, y'all are next. A little bass solo, Chris. So, that song was called Weekdays. This next song is a song called Daydreaming. And both of these songs, the one we just played and the one we're about to play, I wrote both of them before this crazy year that we've had. But both of them, I think these two songs in particular, have kind of taken on some new meaning, both through hearing how other people have reacted to them and kind of, you know, we hear songs and we kind of find our own meaning in them. And I think that's some of the beauty of art, is that, you know, it can come from one particular story in my life, but then as soon as it hits your ears, it might mean something different to you. And I think that's really beautiful. But that last song was really about kind of just all of the contradicting realities of being a person in any given moment. You know, being really worried and like, you know, worried about, will I be okay? Will the people around me be okay? And also being grateful, being really confident in certain things, and then really at a moment's notice being, you know, totally uncertain. And I think that is, for me, part of what it is to be me, and I kind of feel like it's a human experience. And certainly over the last year in the pandemic, I've been very much in those moments of like, I feel two very different things at the same time. Being really grateful for the things that I have, and then being really scared about what we don't know, and just kind of this challenging situation that has gone on for a long time. And this next song is really just about kind of my life in having trouble being present sometimes and being lost in thought. But it's also about missing people and missing family and missing babies. And I think that there's probably people that can relate to the feeling of missing people over the last year. So I'm going to play this song called Daydreaming, and I am going to dedicate it to my niece and nephews. And I'm grateful for these people in front of me who aren't robots and aren't on a screen either. I'm sorry I did not answer your question. I was busy writing my eulogy. I used all the best lines and told little white lies, and I wondered if you'd ever think of me. I'm sorry I missed that highway exit. I was busy thinking about babies, the ones that I had not held since Thanksgiving. The distance is starting to wreck me, and I think and I wonder, will they grow tall while I'm at the end of a long distance call, and you're making all of your plans for the fall, but I'm not listening, 'cause I'm daydreaming. I'm daydreaming. Well, I don't always know where my mind tends to go, but I'll follow it down to the end of the road. I'm sorry I did not make that appointment. I was busy writing a symphony. I heard every part under cover of dark. I don't think you'll be seeing that much of me. I'm sorry I did not pick up when you called. I was busy trying to reach you in a faraway time zone where only my mind goes in. The connection is always true, and I think and I wonder, is it really so that love is a country where I will not go? And you're sending messages about the show, and I will not read them, 'cause I am daydreaming. I'm daydreaming. Well, I don't always know where my mind tends to go, but I'll follow it down to the end of the road. And I'm daydreaming, daydreaming. Well, I don't always know where my mind tends to go, but I'll follow it down to the end of the road. Thank you. How's everyone doing out there? Are people doing well in the chat? What did the robots say? How's my friend in South Korea? And New Hampshire.
Someone said that song is really heavy.
Oh, that's true. I think that's probably true of every song on the record.
Were they surprised?
That person might be tuning in for the first time. Although, unless they're like Emily, who's been hearing my songs for 7 years, and then, like yesterday, she's like, "Oh, that's what you're saying." That's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings that you don't care about my lyrics.
It's not that I don't care, it's just that they're so hard for me to process for some reason. I'm just not a lyrics
Because they're so
gal.
heavy. You're not a lyrics guy? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to play another song. I promise that what I'm putting you through is actually worth it. Because the minute I stop tuning and then start the song, you're going to be like, I would have waited an hour for her to play it right. I don't know. Maybe Matt would say that.
I think you have to remember that people are at home, right? So like
Yeah, so they're like
just hanging
that's
out.
true. That's
Tune as
true.
long as you want.
That's so true.
They're like, all right, I have time to
Clean the fridge.
exactly. That's what I love doing all the time.
Today.
I know, yeah. So this album is called Tossed. Matt, if you're just tuning in now, this is my album release show. I have been working on this record for a long time. Some of these songs, the first song we sang Light On, I wrote 10 years ago. And I said a little bit earlier that some of the songs are within the last year or so. So it feels like a record I've been working on for a really long time. And then the actual production of the record, we were really, really fortunate. I mentioned earlier I worked with the very talented joke teller, Daniel Radin, in making the record. And we started, I think, like December of 2019. And we were super lucky because we got most of the recording done before everything shut down. And the only things that were left to do, miraculously, were my vocals and Emily's fiddle. And we lived together. So Daniel just gave us all the equipment we needed, and we were able to finish the record from my home. And then it's been a long time of getting to this day. I'm so used to saying, like, oh, the record will be out soon in, like, 10 months. And it's out today. So, but we are going to play the title track next. And what to say about the song? Well, so I do have to say that, so my amazing, lovely manager, Christina, who is one of the robots I'm looking at, she and Emily conspired to, with many of you, to have she basically has like SNL cue cards that have messages from my friends and family, and it's honestly gonna make me cry.
That one's inappropriate.
These are gross.
That is not true.
That was just a picture. That was just a
but-
picture of a bird.
But what I do have right in front of me is a giant picture of my parents, and it's just the sweetest thing in the world because I know they would love to be here tonight, as I know a lot of you would. But it's really nice to be able to look down and see them. It's a very classic them. My dad literally has a deck of cards. Like he has it's like they're in the middle of a game. He didn't even put his hand down. He's like, look, he has his hand up. This next song is dedicated to my mom, who I would love to announce that she's fully vaccinated. And my dad just got his first vaccine, so that's my joy of the week. This is a song called Tossed. All right, we are back. This is a song.
Oh, what a great song we just played.
Yeah, you missed it.
That was a blast.
That would be really trippy because it's like a 7-minute song.
Yeah.
And if we convinced all of you that you just
Alien
missed
abduction.
7 minutes.
Could have been like Interstellar.
Yes, that's the movie. We're going to play a song called Tossed. Touchdown in San Diego. I never really minded flying. Oh, but this time it was different. I got the news you might be dying. Hit a bar down in the gasland. With some faces that I met, making friendly conversation. Anything just to forget. So I woke up when the dawn broke. I met a stranger at the boardwalk. He asked me, are you okay? Said, be careful when you drove off.
that crystal cold and true Pacific. She gently whispered me her song. My mother's back in Portland with a needle every Friday, and I'm in San Diego burning rubber on the Oh, Sister San Diego, oh, would you welcome me today? I ain't got that much to give you. I ain't got that much to say, 'cause I can't outdrive this feeling. Oh, that everything has changed. What was once a nighttime shadow, oh, it covers all my days. So if you come upon me someday and my spirit isn't right, if my prayers have all grown shallow and I'm turning the night, and you ask me where I come from, oh, and where it all went south, I whisper San Diego, the only words left in my mouth. Thank you. Wow. Well, we just have two more for you, which is crazy. Christina's showing me another message from my lovely friend Elisa Amador, who has a show here next Saturday, which you should all watch because she's amazing. If you haven't encountered her already, you will want to, 100%. Thank you, Elisa, for that note.
all I think about is that people are cleaning their fridge every time I tune.
Getting stuff done.
Go crack open a cold one. That's a phrase, right?
No, I think you made it up, actually. Just
I think it might catch on. We should spread that. Oh my goodness. I wrote out things that I wanted to say, and it's just like too exciting. I don't even know what's going on. But I do know that I am so, so grateful that all of you, wherever you are tuning in. There is a sadness in not being able to play shows like we used to play. I think that's true for all of us. But I'm so grateful to Club Passim for opening their doors to allow us to play what feels like a real show and with a real band, and just knowing that you all are out there really, really means the world to me. I know we're a year into live streams, so especially if you are someone that likes live music and tends to go to live shows, you've probably tuned into like a million live streams. And if you are watching me now, I am just so, so, so grateful, and thank you. And thank you to all of you who have, I know there's a lot of you out there who have backed the record as a Kickstarter backer to help me even be in the studio at all, so thank you. If you're not a follower on social media or on my newsletter or mailing list, I have recently, after like 9 years of collecting emails for a newsletter, I actually have one.
She has a
I
real
have one. I've sent out 3.
It's huge.
Today.
It's huge.
huge.
I mean, I sent out 0 in 9 years and then 3 in like 2 months. So,
Exciting.
but I won't send you too many, so don't worry about that. I just had to send a lot because of the record, but now there's like nothing to tell you. That's not true. But you should sign up on my website or follow me at Kaiti Jones Music. So we have just a couple more songs for you. This next song, well, actually, I want to say one more thing about just the title track and just kind of how I was thinking about putting together the record and coming up with a name. And, you know, just a lot of times people will ask, I think, maybe a natural question of like, what's the record about? Or like, what's the theme? And I'm always like, because that's not necessarily how I go about writing, but I feel like oftentimes after the fact, once I look at the collection of songs and stories, themes will emerge, similarly to how I was talking about the songs Weekdays and Daydreaming have kind of taken on new meaning in this pandemic. And I chose the name Tossed. I mean, that song specifically, you know, is about my mom and kind of feeling powerless to kind of the curveballs that life throws us. And I think this past year has definitely spoken to that. And I think it just seemed like a word that kind of washed over the record, just kind of leaning in to the uncertainties of life and the contradictions of being a person. And this next song is about more of those contradictions of kind of like feeling at home and homesick in the same place, or feeling at home in a lot of places, or feeling homesick in a lot of places. So this is a song I wrote about a little cove called Back Cove in Portland, Maine, where I grew up. So this is dedicated to all my friends and family in Portland. It's called Big Yellow Moon. Everywhere that I go, I'm from somewhere else. Oh, can't you see in the way that I bend my mouth? Can't you see in the way that I carry myself?
It's okay, I don't mind. I got hearts that beat for me in different time zones, and I know that I'm doing pretty well. But that big yellow moon in December on the back cove, I remember the same when I would ride my bicycle around. I used to pedal fast as I could, with my mother trailing on foot, but close enough that I was safe and sound. Everyone that I see is either staying or leaving, from city limits or the things we believed in. Honey, I know you've got your good reasons. It's okay, I've got mine. I got hang-ups I've been harboring inside, and all the while just here for a season. But that big yellow moon in December on the back cove, I remember my father on the bridge in the pale pink light. As I asked him what he knew, in the way that daughters do, and I prayed to God that I would get it right. Well, you know just what they say, that there's magic in the bay. The tide comes in and washes sorrows past. But I have never known such love. That yellow moon, the big yellow moon, it's come to take me home. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, we are almost to the end, and I just want to thank, because some of these guys are going to be popping off the stage. Hello, I'm back. I just want to thank my band again and acknowledge just this amazing group of people that I am so grateful to have up here with me. So we've got Ben Cosgrove back here, we've got Chris Sartori, Kevin O'Connell, Daniel Radin, and Emily Baker. So please give them robots. You can clap if you want. We can have real clapping. Clap, robots, clap.
So I have one more song, and I'm gonna move up here.
She migrates.
And Emily and I share a home with our other friend, and this is the point in quarantine where like every night it's like, all right, it's time for like the great migration or like the great journey, and that just means from moving from the kitchen to the living room. And every night there's a big announcement about it.
Great migration.
It's like the highlight of the day is like we're going on this amazing journey to the couch to watch something. So
I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
okay. Y'all, this has been really, really fun and really, really special and really, really different. Yeah, I could really go on all night, but I'm so thankful for the support of my community. And I last time I stood on this stage, I looked out and there were people from all different kind of sectors of my life, and it felt just like this. I was like, I can't believe I get to be at this party of just people that are here because they like love and support me. And this looks a little different, but I know that you're all out there, and you've been so supportive along the way. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I hope that you'll listen to the record. I hope that you'll like it. If you do like it, I hope you'll share it with your friends. Matt mentioned today's a great day to buy it on Bandcamp. Friday, it's also a great day to buy other independent artists because there's no fees and we get 100% of the sales. But honestly, just if you like it, listen to it, share it. I hope so much that my stories can mean something to you. That's my hope. Anytime I write is that, you know, this something that was very specific and personal to me can also speak to the universal stories and parts of all of us, whoever we are. And even if, you know, one person tells me that a song meant something to them, it was worth it for me. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Matt and Abby at Passim, for having us tonight, and all you do for me and so many of us in the music community just to like figure out new ways to be. I don't think these fancy robots were here last year, and now we've got awesome video, and that's just one of the ways Passim persists. Is that good? Yeah.
That was a nice little plug.
That wasn't a plant. I just am that good. And thank you to my wonderful manager, Christina, who has just been reading me cue cards of people's love, and is amazing. So I'm gonna play one more song, and it's called Mystic. Also, there's like an encore Zoom thing, I think, happening, and I would love it if you'd tune in, so I could see your faces. We could talk. Did I miss anything? Was I supposed to say anything else? Great. Thank you. Am I a mystic, or am I a missing person? Am I good? Am I grown? Oh my God, am I alone? And did I love you? Or did I leave you? Did I grieve you? Did I? Am I a conscience or a consequence of context? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Does my body break the law? And did I teach you? Or did I tease you? Did I please you? Did I? Am I a sister Thank you all so much. I'm Kaiti Jones, and my new record, Tossed, is out. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'd love to see you after the show in the Zoom link. Thank you, Passim. Thank you, my band.
That's Kaiti Jones. Her new record is called Tossed, and it is available at kaitijones.bandcamp.com. Make sure you pick that up tonight because it is Bandcamp fee-free Friday, and all the money goes to Kaiti. We have a Zoom Encore hang if you want to go to the link that is in the chat on Facebook and YouTube. You'll get a chance to chat with Kaiti and the band, and we'll see you there in just a few minutes. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Make sure you make a donation at passim.org/stream. That money goes to both Passim and Kaiti. We so appreciate you being here. We can't wait to be back in the room with you all. Take care, be good to each other, and we'll see you soon.